Do you know Western Sumatra in Indonesia? Before I tell you all about Western Sumatra, don't forget to click subscribe to support me in my YouTube channel, Maulana Relaxing Official, and I will ask you around the world. Thank you. West Sumatra, Indonesian, Sumatera Barat, is a province of Indonesia. On the west coast of the island of Sumatra, the province had a 2019 estimated population of 5,479,491 across an area of 42,012.89 square kilometers. The province includes the Mentawai Islands off the coast and borders the provinces of North Sumatra to the north, Riau and Jambi to the east, and Bengkulu to the southeast. West Sumatra is subdivided into 12 regencies and 7 cities. It has relatively more cities than other provinces outside of Java. Padang is the province's capital and largest city. As a etymology and history of West Sumatra is known by the name Bumi Minangkabau, land of Minangkabau, as it is the home and origin of the Minangkabau people. The Minangkabau name comes from 2 words, namely, Minan, wind, and Kabau, cattle. The name is associated with a Minangkabau legend known as Tambo. From the Tambo, it is said that at one time there was a foreign kingdom, usually interpreted as the Majapahit Empire, which came from the sea and would conquer what is now West Sumatra. To prevent fighting in the region, the local people propose a cattle race competition with the foreign forces. The foreign forces agreed and sent a large and aggressive cattle to the competition, while the local community sent a cattle calf who was still breastfeeding to the competition. In the competition, the cattle calf who was still breastfeeding thought the large and aggressive cattle was the mother. So the calf immediately ran towards the large and aggressive cattle to find milk until he tore apart the big cattle's stomach. The victory inspired the local people to use the name Minangkabau, which comes from the phrase Minangkabau, winning cattle. The story of the Tambo is also found in the Hikayat Raja Rajapasai, which also mentions that the victory made the country that was previously named Periangan changed to the name Minangkabau. Furthermore, the use of the name Minangkabau is also used to refer to a nagari, village, namely the Nagari Minangkabau, which is located in Sungayang district, Tanah Datar Regency. In geography, West Sumatra lies in the middle of the western coast of Sumatra, and has an area of 42,130.82 square kilometers. Geographic features include plains, mountainous volcanic highlands formed by the Barisan mountain range that runs from northwest to southeast, and an offshore island archipelago called the Mentawai Islands. The West Sumatran coastline faces the Indian Ocean and stretches 375 kilometers from North Sumatra province in the northwest to Bengkulu in the southeast. The lakes of West Sumatra include Mananjau, 99.5 square kilometers, Singkrak, 130.1 square kilometers, Diatas, 31.5 square kilometers, Dibawa, 14.0 square kilometers, Talang, 5.0 square kilometers. The rivers of West Sumatra include Karanji, Anai, Ambilan, Suliki, Agam, Sinamar, Arau. The mountains and volcanoes of West Sumatra include Kerinci, 3,805 meters, Merapi, 2,891 meters, Sago, 2,271 meters, Singgalang, 2,877 meters, Talakma, 2,912 meters, Talang, 2,572 meters, Tandakat, 2,438 meters. West Sumatra is one of the earthquake-prone areas in Indonesia, due to its location in the tectonic slab located between the confluence of 2 major continental plates, the Eurasian Plate and Indo-Australian Plate, and Great Sumatran Fault, plus the activity of the active volcanoes. Large earthquakes that occurred recently in West Sumatra earthquake were the 2009 Sumatra earthquake and the 2010 Mentawai earthquake and tsunami. In climate, this region has a tropical monsoon climate, similar to most other Indonesian provinces. Throughout the year the province is only affected by 2 seasons, namely the rainy season and the dry season. The air temperature varies from 24.7 to 32.9 degrees Celsius with air humidity levels ranging from 82% to 88%. The relative rainy season falls from October to April. Variation in rainfall ranges from 2,100 mm to 3,264 mm. The month December is the month with the most rainfall, while the dry season usually starts in June to September. The season in West Sumatra is similar to other regions in Indonesia, only known for two seasons, namely the dry season and the rainy season. From June to September wind flows from Australia and do not contain much water vapor, resulting in a dry season. Conversely, in December to March many wind currents contain water vapor from Asia and the Pacific Ocean during the rainy season. Such conditions occur every half year after passing the transition period in between April to May and October to November. The city of Padang is one of Indonesia's wettest cities, with frequent rainfall throughout the course of the year. In conservation of flora and fauna, this province includes large areas of dense tropical forest, which is home to a host of species including Rafflesia arnoldii, world's largest flower, Sumatran tiger, siamang, Malayan tapir, Sumatran serow, rusa deer, Malayan sun bear, Bornean clouded leopard, and many birds and butterflies. The province includes two national parks, Siberut National Park and Kerinci Sebelat National Park, as well as a number of nature reserves, Rimbopanti Nature Reserve, Batangpulipi Nature Reserve, Lemba Anai Nature Reserve, Lembahan Nature Reserve, Bunghata Grand Forest Park, and Bir Inan Sakti Nature Reserve. In Government of Indonesia, the province of West Sumatra is led by a governor who is elected directly with his representative for a 5-year term. In addition to being a regional government, the governor also acts as a representative or extension of the central government in the province, whose authority is regulated in Law No. 32 of 2004 and Government Regulation No. 19 of 2010. While the relationship between the provincial government and the regency and city governments is not a subordinate, each of these regional governments governs and manages government affairs according to the principle of autonomy and co-administration. West Sumatra province is subdivided into 12 regencies and 7 autonomous cities, which lie outside any regency. In demographics based on census population, West Sumatra was 2.8 million in 1971, 3.4 million in 1980, 4.0 million in 1990, 4.25 million in 2000, and 4.85 million in 2010. The latter with 2,404,472 males and 2,442,437 females. In 2014, West Sumatra's population was an estimated 5,098,790 people, of whom 4,486,935, 88%, were recorded by the Badan Pusat Statistik as Minangkabau people. Batak people, mainly from Mandaling sub-ethnic group, and Javanese comprised 4% of the population respectively, while Mentawai people who live in the Mentawai Islands made up 1%. In 2015, about 44.2% of West Sumatran live in urban areas. Most of the urban population of West Sumatra is concentrated in the center-west coast of province and Minangkabau Islands. West Sumatra has 3 cities with populations over 100,000. Padang is major metropolitan areas with a population of 1,096,000 in 2014. Minangkabau Island cities of Payakumbuh and Bukittinggi rank as West Sumatra's next most populous cities, with populations of 127,826 and 117,097, respectively. In ethnicity, West Sumatra is the native homeland of Minangkabau people. They speak Minangkabau language and predominantly Muslim. West Sumatran have historically played the important role within the Muslim community in Indonesia. Up until today the region is considered as one of the strongholds of Islam in Indonesia. They have a reputation as traders, intellectuals as well as politically savvy people who have successfully exported their culture, language, cuisine and beliefs throughout Indonesia. Mentawaians live on the Mentawai Islands, off the western coast of Sumatra, that are also part of the native people of province. They speak Mentawai languages, which are not intelligible with either Indonesian nor Minangkabau. Small minority of the Mentawais are Christians nowadays. In the Mentawai Islands, where the majority of the population is Mentawai, it is rare to find Minangkabau people. Chinese Indonesian are only found in big cities, such as Padang, Bukittinggi, and Payakumbuh. In Padang and Pariaman, there are also small numbers of Nias and Tamil people. The language used in everyday life in West Sumatra is the Minangkabau language, which has several dialects, such as the Bukittinggi dialect, Pariaman dialect, South Coastal dialect, and Payakumbuh dialect. In the Pisman and West Pisman regions bordering North Sumatra, the Batak Mandaling dialect is also spoken. Meanwhile, in the Mentawai archipelago, the Mentawai language is widely used. Tamil is spoken by Tamils in Padang. Indonesian is widely understood as a second language. It is used as the language of education as well as interethnic communication. Religion of population in West Sumatra, Islam is the majority religion adopted by 98% of the population of West Sumatra. Christians, concentrated in the Mentawai Islands, number around 1.6%, Buddhists are around 0.26%, and Hindus are around 0.01%, the two latter being adopted by immigrant communities. Various places of worship, which are dominated by mosques and masalas, can be found in every district and city in West Sumatra. The biggest mosque is the Great West Sumatra Mosque in Padang. The oldest mosques include the Ganting Grand Mosque in Padang and the Chuokujau Mosque in Solok Regency. The typical Minangkabau architecture dominates both the form of the mosque and the masjid. The Grand Mosque of West Sumatra has a gonjong-shaped building, decorated with Minang carvings and calligraphy. There is also a mosque with a roof consisting of several levels, which are getting smaller and more concave. In a culture of music, the nuances of Minangkabau and every West Sumatra music mixed with any type of music at this time will definitely be seen from every song that circulates in the community. This is because Minang music can be formulated with any kind of music that makes it pleasant to hear and acceptable to the public. The musical elements giving the nuance consist of traditional musical instruments, saluang, bansi, telmpong, rebab, pupwik, serunai, and gandang. Broadly speaking, dance from West Sumatra is from the customs of the Minangkabau people and the Mentawai people. The peculiarities of Minangkabau dance are generally influenced by the Islamic religion. The uniqueness of matrilineal customs and the habit of migrating their communities also give a great influence on the soul of a classical dance that is classic, including Tari Pasambo, Tari Piring, Tari Payung, and the Tari Endang. Meanwhile, there is also a performance typical of other Minangkabau ethnic groups in the form of a unique blend of martial arts called Salek with dancing, singing and acting known as Randai. As for the typical Mentawai people dance is called Triuklangai. This Triuklangai dance generally tells about animal behavior, so the title is adjusted to the names of the animals, for example Tari Burung, bird, Tari Munyat, monkey, Tari Ayam, chicken, Tari Ular, snake, and soon. The traditional house of West Sumatra, especially from the Minangkabau people, is called Rumagadang. The Rumagadang is usually built on a plot of land belonging to the parent family and the tribe and people from generation to generation. Not far from the Rumagadang complex is usually also built a sara that functions as a place of worship and a place of residence for unmarried adult men. The Rumagadang is made in the form of a rectangle and is divided into two front and rear parts, generally made of wood, and at first glance it looks like a stilt house with a distinctive roof, prominent like a buffalo horn. The local people call it gonjong, and the roof was formerly made from palm fiber before changing to a zinc roof. This Rumagbagonjong, according to the local community, was inspired by the Tambo, which tells of the arrival of their ancestors by boat from the sea. Another distinctive feature of this traditional house is not using iron nails but using wooden pegs, but strong enough as a binder. In traditional others like a tools and weapon, West Sumatra has weapons called karas and karimbit shaped like tiger nails. Karas are usually used by men and placed on the front, and are generally used by the princes, especially in any official event, especially in the event of a gala or inaugural title, but it is also commonly used by the bridegroom in the community wedding ceremony. The local called it baralek. While Kurimbit is a small sharp weapon that curves like a tiger's nails, because it is inspired by the hooves of the beast. This deadly weapon is used by Manansalat warriors in short-range battles, which are usually secret weapons, especially those using tiger martial arts moves. Various other types of weapons have also been used, such as spears, long swords, arrows, chopsticks and so on. West Sumatra is one of the provinces with place wonderful tourism. The prime tourist attractions of West Sumatra are the natural environment, and the culture and history of the Minangkabau and Mentawai people. Natural attractions of the mainland include the tropical forests, mountains, volcanoes, lakes, valleys, rivers and waterfalls in the highlands, the fauna and flora, and the beaches around Padang. Many areas are protected as part of national parks and reserves. The city of Bukittinggi is a popular central location in the highlands from which to explore the culture and history of the Minangkabau people, including architecture, crafts, dances, music and food. There are a number of museums and cultural centers. Pariaman has one of the famous festivals, Tabuaik. The Mentawai Islands are a popular destination for surfers and those looking to experience the culture and more primitive lifestyle of the Mentawai people. For developing West Sumatra tourism, in 2006 the government opened tourist train railway service run between Padang, Padang Panjang, Sawalunto. The Tour de Singkrek international cycling race had boosted the number of the foreign tourists to West Sumatra. The majority of the foreign tourists are Malaysians and Australian. The favorite tourism places are Jamgadang, the clock tower in the downtown of Bukittinggi, panorama, viewing to Sianic Valley, Airmana Beach, the beach that stretch from the north to south of Padang Coastal, Padang Mountain, Caroline Beach, Bagria Iung Palace in Batazangkra, Raw Valley, Lake Mananjau, Lake Singkrek, Lake Diaz and Lake Tabawa, Sikui Island. There are 25 islands at Pesisar Selatan Regency potential to be tourist sites. Kubadak Island, 9 hectares, Pagang Island, 12 hectares, and Pulau Paniu, Turtle Island, have been developed well. At the northern part will be developed Semangki Bazar Island, Semangki Kasal Island, Merak Island, Satantaruzan Island, and Kairau Island. At the southern part will be developed Karabak Katek Island, Karabak Gadang Island, and Kozong Island. The traditional dance is Tari Piring or Plate dance, which is originally came from the Solok, West Sumatra. Thank you and see you in wonderful West Sumatra.